Booper Radio with your host, Genty.
It must be the ass.
Yeah, fucking Jen is a warlord.
And don't expect anything in your life to change if your environment is controlling your feelings and thoughts. And if your environment is controlling how you feel and think, and I say to you, Aubrey, why are you so upset today? Oh, well, this person is upsetting me. What you're really saying is that person is controlling your feelings and your thoughts, and that means you're a victim to your environment. So to turn that around and you start realizing your feelings and thoughts create your environment, and you start seeing the effects of you at cause, you're going to react less to the people in your life because you're going to understand that you'll be back to the victim consciousness. And when you start seeing that you're creating outcomes in your life, you're going to believe more that you're the creator of your life and less the victim of your life. And I say, the more you practice it, the better you get at it. And there's a new consciousness emerging. There's something happening where people are latching on to their own empowerment, latching on to their own unlimitedness. And it's becoming very contagious. Is I'm going to make my inner world more real than my outer world. And step by step, I mean, you can't get impatient doing this. You can't get frustrated doing this. You can't get resentful doing this. You can't force it or control it doing it. I've seen what happens in the brain. You're going to make your brain worse. So sooner or later, you start figuring out that isn't it. And all of a sudden, you start following the instructions. And you start going, wow, that was really easy. What was I doing up to this point? Everything but the formula. You were doing everything else but the formula. Doing it your way, analytical mind telling you to quit, it's too hard, you'll never get it. Yeah, those are the exact things that are standing in the way between you and your future. And every time you become conscious that you do that and you settle back down, that's a victory. Every time your body wants to get up and check an email or check the cell phone or get up and get a cup of coffee and you settle it down, you're telling the body it's no longer the mind, that you're the mind. Every time it wants to go back to the past and romance some trauma just to reaffirm some emotional state, and you become conscious of that, and you say, where I place my attention is where I place my energy, and I'm siphoning energy out of the present moment into the past, and you become conscious of it, and you return back to the present moment, that's a victory. And every time you start thinking about the staff meeting at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's the known, and you stop and you return back to the present moment, you're disinvesting your attention and energy out of that future, and you're making room for the unknown in your life, and that's a victory. And when your will gets greater than the program, because most people lose their free will to programs because they are on that wheel where you could take their yesterday and lift it up and set it on their tomorrow because they're in the habit of doing everything in a routine way. So then when they lose their free will to a program and their body, which is a habit, has become the mind, now their body's dragging them into a predictable future. And they've lost their free will to a program. And you sit down and your body is telling you, I'm going to die in this meditation, I'm going to suffocate, it's going to end, I can't. And you just keep settling it back down. Every time you do that, it's a victory, right? So then I assert that if you're not in the present moment, you're running a program. And so the more, listen, paying attention is being present, and it's a skill. And you know when someone's present with you in your life because they're paying attention to you. And you know when they're not present with you because they're not paying attention to you. So then imagine, you're going to create, and you're not present. How could you miss the moment of creation? You then are in the known. You're in the familiar past or the predictable future. So that sweet spot of the generous present moment, if you keep practicing overcoming your body, overcoming the conditions in your environment, and overcoming that predictable future and the familiar past, and you keep working for the present moment, you are going to develop the habit of being present. And if where you place your attention is where you place your energy, and you're in the present moment, you got a lot of energy to use. You got a lot of energy to execute. You got a lot of energy to design a destiny.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Booper Radio. I am your host, Genty, Twitter and Instagram at Genty523. Are you present? Are you in control? Are you a part of the program? That's what I want to know. That was from the Aubrey Marcus podcast number 219. I highly recommend You Are Supernatural with Dr. Joe Dispenza. This week, that gave me some thoughts and ideas about how a lot of times I'm not present when I should be. And like he said, like Dr. Joe said, if you're not present, then you're in the program. And I want to be present. But based on past experiences or traumas, I have set up these barriers, these walls, these programs to sort of protect myself from the present, if you will, because I can't stand the present. I'm working a dead-end job. I'm barely making enough money to get by. So that has me set up these programs. But what I'm starting to realize are how dangerous these programs are, how detrimental they are, taking my attention away, my energy away from focusing on the things that I want to progress in, which is being a good martial artist, being a good DJ, getting some great eBay sales. How can I make my business flourish if I'm not present? How can I be creative as a DJ if I have put so much energy into being not present that when it is actually time to be present, when I have a moment, I'm exhausted. I'm laying out on the couch. I'm zoning out on Grand Theft Auto. I'm on Netflix. That's not me being present. That is an unconscious program. And I thought, after hearing that, I went, holy shit. Shit. Son of a bitch. I have created these programs. I have done this to myself. How can I undo this? How can I undo this dastardly deed I have done to myself? So I said, okay, what can I do? How can I figure this out? There is a way. There is a will, there is a way. So for starters, I know the moment that I cannot unconsciously, or that I can consciously say, this is me tuning out. This is a program that I've created to protect myself from being hurt, from experiencing new things, wanting to be a victim. And now that I understand this, I'm saying to myself, I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim. Those things that have happened to me are my past. They are not my present. I have always thought that whatever happens to you in your past defines your future. No. You define your future. If you want to let your past define your future, well, that's a shitty future, right? Don't you want to be present in the now, so that way the now can shape your future, right? Seems like that makes much more sense to me. I don't know about you, but I thought about one particular past thing that may have shaped my future, but this week I was listening to another show called The 9 Club, which is about skateboarding, and if you like skateboarding, then you like skateboarding and you listen to The 9 Club. If you don't, you don't. I understand. It's a very good podcast if you are obsessed with skateboarding. And back in 1995 is when I started skateboarding, and I was obsessed with skateboarding. I've pretty much have every single skateboarding video from 1995 till, I would say, the late, maybe 2009-ish era. Anything that's ever been made, I have it. I have it on VHS or I have it on DVD. I was obsessed with skateboarding. I had all the shoes. I had all the decks. But the one tiny detail was that I sucked at it. I was terrible at skateboarding. And unfortunately, at the time, as a kid coming up in skateboarding, if you couldn't do the tricks that you saw in the magazines or the videos, or if you couldn't play skate, that you were a poser. If you couldn't do any tricks, that you were a poser, and that was not skateboarding. Riding was not enough. You had to be able to do tricks. So I used to try and launch myself down stairs, so desperately trying to do tricks. Ended up breaking both ankles in 1997. After that was pretty much it for my trick career. I pretty much gave up on trying tricks after 2 years and figured, well, definitely not going to be a pro. That would be nice because I really love this. I love skateboarding so much. And it broke my heart that I sucked at it and I couldn't figure out a way to get better. No matter how many times I tried, no matter how many hours I spent trying to do tricks, I couldn't land a single fucking trick. Every once in a while, maybe I'd land a pop shove it every now and then by accident. A kickflip, it was like once every 5 years. I sucked at it, and it broke my heart. But all of my friends, all of my skater friends that skated were good. Within a week, maybe 3 weeks to a month, roughly, I would say once a month, a friend of mine, some of my skater friends, they would learn a trick about once a month. And being put on video duty sucked. I hated it. I mean, I was good with camera editing, but I hated it. And it was the fact that everybody else was good at skating and I sucked, so I had to be the camera person. And eventually it just got around where if you couldn't do any tricks, that you were a poser. You were a skateboarder pretending to be a skater. You couldn't land any tricks. You couldn't do anything. All you could do is ride. You were a poser. And the reason why I brought this up is because I got told that I was a poser over and over and over again, I just basically quit. I stopped trying. I still have skateboards. I still buy skateboards to this day. Sometimes I just give them away to people. If I see somebody, a kid with a broken skateboard at a park or something, I'll just give him my deck. And because I love skateboarding that much. At one point, I was planning on owning my own skate shop. That's how badly I love skateboarding, because I just wanted to find a way into the skateboard community because it was something that I believed in. And everyone's like, you're a poser, you can't land any tricks. And then one of my favorite skateboarders of all time, Mike Vallely, came out with this documentary called Driven. Before Driven came out, Mike Vallely came to my town, the small little town of Redlands, California. It's not exactly my town, I wish it was, but it's a neighboring town from my Shits Bernardino. And it was unheard of that pros came to Redlands, because Redlands, it's like, you mention the word Redlands and people go, where the fuck is Redlands? And you have to tell them it's in between Los Angeles and Palm Springs, an hour away from Palm Springs and an hour away from Los Angeles. And people go, oh, I know where LA is at, or oh, I know where Palm Springs is at. What the fuck is Redlands? So the fact that my favorite skateboarder in the world came to Redlands and did an autograph signing, I was so excited. I had him sign my hat and my skateboard, and I was never the same human again. I just loved it. I was so ecstatic. And Mike Vallely was such a cool dude. Even though he was known in the skateboard world like he's a cool guy, but if you cross him, he will fuck you up. He was known as the skate enforcer. And there's videos of him where he has fought 4 guys at one time. 4 guys! He just ripped his shirt off and fought 4 guys at one time. The guy was fucking man. So I didn't want to tell Mike V, my favorite skateboarder in the whole world, I sucked. So I was just ecstatic to meet him, and I just said, I've been skating since 95. I didn't tell him I hadn't landed a trick ever. But a few years later, he made a documentary called Driven. He was traveling the country in a 1970 Jeep Cherokee, going from small town to small town and trying to find kids to skate with. And I just loved that Mike V didn't care that you landed any trick. He just wanted to skate with kids in small towns and experience the vibes and touch base with what it's like to skate in a small town, because he came from a small town in New Jersey. I think it's Edson, New Jersey. So he knows what that feels like. So flash forward to this week. I had forgotten what Mike V had said, but Chad Muska was on the 9 Club this week, and he talked about how he didn't care that if you never landed a trick or not, it was about your spirit. And if you love skateboarding, then it's all right. You're a skater. It's okay. It's all about your spirit. And I was like, God, Chad, where the fuck were you in 95? Telling my friends, telling everybody that was calling me a poser, that you're not cool. You can't skate with us because you don't know any tricks. Where were you, man? I know Muska was busy skating all of these cool banks and stuff or whatever, doing his thing. Muska was younger, but now that he's older, he he totally understands. Like, it's just about your spirit. It's about your love and your passion for it. Whether or not you can land a trick is a whole nother. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you can land a trick or not. And when I think about that, and when I watch, especially today's pros like Nigel Houston, please go watch at Nigel Houston. This guy lands tricks the first try without even trying. 3 tricks in a row. It's like a video game. Nigel Houston is like the living Tony Hawk pro skater of our time right now. So to understand, to comprehend that you're probably never going to be on that kind of pro status level. There are other dudes who do that, but Nigel's just the best at it. To know that you will never achieve that level, but that's okay. It's all right. You can still skate. It's cool. As long as you respect everybody, that's all that matters. And I was like, damn it. God, I felt so good after hearing that. And so a lot of times I really won't get on a skateboard in public too often because people will yell out from their cars like, do a trick, do a trick. And I'll be like, oh, I don't know any tricks. I just ride. And they're like, oh, he poser. And I'm like, man, it's devastating. It's hurtful. It sucks. I don't want to say that doesn't affect me because it does. And according to Dr. Joe, it's like, if you let what other people say affect you, then they have control. You're being the victim. And it's important to teach yourself that, to recognize that. Like, oh, just because somebody tells you something doesn't make what they're saying fact. Doesn't make it true. That's their perspective. That doesn't make it your way. You don't have to live your life based on their perspective. It makes me want to grab my skateboard this week. So that's the goal this week. I'm going to try and get out and skateboard some more because I feel like I've always stayed away from it. As of like once during the holidays, I would skate. Some families in town, like cousins, like will go out and skate. And of course they're busting tricks. And I'm just, just hanging along, riding along. But hearing that from Chad, hearing those things from Dr. Joe, like, you don't have to let the past make you be a victim. Hearing that from Chad and Dr. Joe, I'm like, damn, it's all right for me to get on my skateboard and just ride around. So what if you can't do any tricks? It's okay. Do you like to skateboard? Do you like to just ride? Of course I would love to do tricks if I could do them, but I can't. But just the simple fact of me riding a skateboard makes me feel happy. And all of these years that I've wasted not riding because other people's like, oh, you're a poser, you can't do a trick, you're not a skater. I let other people's opinions of my skateboarding affect me. And I'm like, damn, why did you do that? Why did you fall into that trap? But it's the program that I set up for myself. Like, oh, somebody's telling me something, they must be right. I better stop doing that because I don't belong, according to that person. That person is in charge of all of the skateboarding across the world. The concept of skateboarding. Joe Schmo on the street telling me that because I can't kickflip a 5-stair, I'm a poser. Man, what an idiot, right? Stupid. Just stupid. So this week, as soon as I get some free time, I'm gonna ride. I'm gonna get out there and ride because that's what I like to do. I like to have fun. And another thing, I don't really ride so much because I'm trying to count my steps because part of my weight loss. But if I get some free moment, like my next day off, I'm gonna be riding and I'm gonna post that I'm riding. And if you don't like that I'm riding and I can't do any tricks, well, just keep it to yourself. Because I don't want to hear that bullshit. That's your opinion. And I respect your right to have your opinion, but please respect my right to just let me ride my skateboard and enjoy the ride. I can't do any tricks, but I'm just enjoying being on there and just standing on there and just riding around town. Enjoying my life. Let me live. Let me be, why don't you? Oh, man. But some empowering things. I've just kind of, I've known that consciously I've known that, but I've never just applied it to my life, where letting circumstances of the past affect your future. And this whole time I could have been riding my skateboard and enjoying it, but I let somebody's thoughts and opinions dictate what I would do with my skateboarding life, and that sucks. So now that I know that, I'm in charge. What are you going to do this week? You listening to Rambo for Radio. Are you going to take charge? Are you going to let somebody's opinion dictate your life? Are you going to get out of the program? Are you going to wake up and meditate? Are you going to do some jumping jacks this week instead of immediately checking your phone? Now, granted, I immediately check my phone because I'm trying to turn my alarm off, but I'm trying to get in the habit of just getting up, spending some time with my dogs, also doing something else that I need to take care of because I'm not managing my time as well as I should. Checking in on my eBay stuff. I've been slacking on eBay, as I've told you guys last week, but I've got some sales this week, so I know that I need to take care of that. I know that I need to pack boxes, and I know that I need to ship because people are waiting for their orders, and I can't keep people waiting. I can't disappoint people because that bothers the heck out of me. But now that I've said that, disappointing people, because that is something that I have relied on for so long, other people's opinions of me, that I've actually felt those opinions creep into my life. And one of the things that has really sunk in with me is my dating experience. A lot of times, I mean, I've said on here that I've been doing dating apps because why not, right? But I mentioned in a conversation with three separate friends of mine this week that I'm on Tinder, and I got shamed. They were like, "Oh, you're on Tinder? Ew, that's gross." And I was like, "What? The fuck?" Honestly, air quotes, friends, how am I supposed to meet somebody? Go on, tell me. Oh, wait. How? What the hell? You're shaming me for being on Tinder? I'm sorry. Did you bother to ask me exactly what I do on Tinder? Or are you just shaming me because, in general, in the public eye, Tinder is a, air quotes, hookup app? But that doesn't mean that that's what I do. Your dear host, Rambopra, is trying to go on dates, is trying to establish connections with a bunch of ola mommies here. I'm trying to figure this the fuck out. I'm trying to dip my feet in the love game, and here you are shaming me for it. So I was kind of bummed out about that. I was like, man, I don't know. Maybe I should just keep that to myself. So I try not to share that information with too many people because I've been Tinder shamed. And I thought, man, that was terrible. You're supposed to be my friend. You guys are supposed to be my friends. Why are you shaming me for being on Tinder? If anything else, I would think that since you're my friend, you would want me to find love, right? You wouldn't want that last 2-bit hole to be my last love. You would want me to make a genuine connection with some ola mommy, some Mrs. Rambopra. The future Mrs. Rambopra is probably on the internet. Hell, as much time as I've spent on dating apps, I've probably already swiped left on her. What a shame. But what I'm getting at is that I think I'm realizing this now, that I've not shared with people because of other people's reactions, my dating experiences. I don't share that with people because of the shame that I've received from other people in the past and even this week. So I'm like, damn, I should just keep that to myself, or I should just share that on here with you listening on Rambo Radio, which I do. But I'm like, man, what's the deal with that? That's their own insecurity. They're uncomfortable with dating apps, so they're shaming me into feeling like how they feel, when in fact that I'm not ashamed of being on dating apps. I think that's a great way to meet people, especially if je suis homosexuel. How the fuck am I supposed to meet gay people in this tiny ass town? Number 2, the gay people that are here are mostly men. And number 3, most of the gay ladies that I do find, which is a small percent, they're like me. They're mannish ladies. I don't want to date mannish ladies. Blech. That's like dating a guy. Come on, understand. The hotties with the bodies aren't in my town, so I have to put the dating meter 100 miles away. I have to set 100-mile minimum because it's terrible here. So I feel like if you were being my friend, if you were being truly supportive, that you would encourage me to be like, yes, give me your phone. Let me see what's out there. Let me see what you're dealing with. I can show you. There ain't shit here. I was bummed out about it, but now after hearing that Aubrey Marcus podcast, I understand. That is their reflection about how they're feeling. Or those friends that were judging me, they're already married. They already found their Mr. or Mrs. Right. So they don't understand what it's like to be out here in this hell that is dating in 2019. And when I say hell, I have got a Tinderelli on the line as we speak. And I wanted to come to you guys with great news about this Tinderelli. And let me read to you this Tinderelli indeed. I will read you these messages. I will not disclose her name because obviously, that's not cool, but what's going on here? All right. So, here we go. I matched with and this is what does. She is an Olomami, of course, who goes to the School of University of Southern California, USC, which means she is very smart. Me likey. Number 2, she is a gay lady. Me likey. So I don't have to figure out that she's a straight girl playing games. She is a gay lady. Number 3, she is employed. She is a jeweler. Fantabulous. I am loving this already. Her profile. Just another sucker for love. Testing. Oops. I have to read in. I can't use a Rambo over radio voice. I have to read in her voice. Hello. I'm just another sucker for love. Testing the water for the first time. I want to feel something real, genuine, unconditional, and long-term. Keep off. Keep off if all you want is a fling. Soulmates exist. I know that for sure, and I'll find mine. So, of course, your dear host, Rambo, came across her profile and was like, yeah, hola, mami, mucho gusto. I'm excited. So we match, shocker, which leads me to believe can only be one thing. Either we truly matched, or this is a man pretending to be a lady. Our conversation is as follows. I open with, how is your weekend going? Right? Come on, guys. Tell me, what is wrong with that? Ladies, what is wrong with saying, how is your weekend going? She replies, hectic but productive. I can't complain. Yours? And I go, well, your dear host Rambo Radio is super busy. Working, and some friends from England are in town. Shout out to DJ Dino and Laura. All the way from Birmingham, England. They'll be in California for 2.5 weeks, enjoying their time. Shout out to them. They are awesome fucking people. Highly recommend. I said, my friends are from England are in town. I said, what? Here is where I sunk my battleship, and this is probably why I will still remain single. What genre of music do you listen to? Because I like to get a vibe of how a lady is based on the music she listens to. If she says, I listen to some fucking dog shit rap. If she says she listens to today's rap music, well, I'm like, oh, well, nice to know ya. Good boy. Nice to know you. I'm out. I can't deal. Anything else is cool. Or if she says that she likes today's country music, I'm like, oh, good boy. Nice to know you. So I said, what genre of music are you listening to? It says, depends on the mood. Oh, excuse me. Depends on my mood. And I said, I feel ya. I've been listening to a lot of 90s house music. I've been trying to teach myself how to DJ and book gigs. Are you learning anything new yourself? Motherfucker! No answer. It's been a full fucking day. No answer. I'm sorry. What did I fucking say that is so wrong here? Tell me where I went wrong. I'm sorry. What did I say that was so offensive that you do not reply back? What did I say that you would ghost me? What? I just simply asked. Are you learning anything new for yourself? Should I have asked, what are you studying at USC? A full fucking day has passed. So it is safe to say that your dear host has been once again ghosted. And my first thought is, well, this is typical. I tend to get ghosted quite a lot on these dating websites. And another nasty habit I used to say to myself that has started to creep in again was that, oh, you don't deserve to be loved. Oh, it must be because you don't deserve to be loved. That's why you're being ghosted. No, you're being ghosted because it is those thoughts that you're thinking about. If you think that you don't deserve to be loved, then people will not love you. The end. Thank you, Aubrey Marcus. Thank you, Dr. Joe. I have to have healthy thoughts inside. Otherwise, I will get exactly what I think about. It's not necessarily the secret because you can't will yourself to win the lottery. Though that would be nice, but there is part of it has to do with environment. And specifically, if I'm planting the seeds of an unhealthy environment, an unhealthy mind where every time I get ghosted, I'm like, oh, I don't deserve to be loved. That's why I'm getting ghosted. I'm not worthy enough. Then yes, I'm going to keep getting ghosted. But after hearing that podcast and reading that message and seeing her not respond, it's Sunday, fam. I mean, honestly, you got time. You got time. Seeing that, understanding that it's not that I deserve to be loved. It's that person is not the right person for me. She apparently did not like what I sent to her, asking her what new things that she's learning about herself. She is not ready to discuss that. My other message would have been like, hey, let's go for coffee. Let's meet up, because that's what I've been told to do. It's like after 3 or 4 messages, you gotta ask to meet up, because if you don't, or you gotta ask for a number, because if you don't, it will spiral out of control to Nowhereville. I mean, I always end up in Ghostville pretty quickly, but Nowhereville, as far as you can keep sending messages all day and it's like there's no intention to meet up, then there's no point. So you gotta challenge yourself to get a number after at least the 4th message, or ask for coffee after the 6th message. That is what I've been told by the dating experts, the art of charm. People pay these guys money to teach them to go on dates, to teach them to have healthier self-esteem. And what they are saying is, the 4th message, you gotta get a number. The 6th message, you gotta go out on a date or it's not happening. You gotta close the deal. So, we almost made it this time. We've made progress. Instead of being ghosted on the 1st message, I made it to 3. I believe I made it to 3. Let me see. Let's count. Yes, I made it to 3 messages. So this week, my goal is to make it to 4. Maybe not so much with this particular chick, because clearly she is not interested. If you care, you make time. That's just it. It is what it is. So she's had the whole day to respond, nothing, so I'll just have to assume that she is not interested, and we're moving on. The show must go on! God. Before I would get down on myself, but I understand that that's a sign. This person is not somebody you want to spend time with, because people who want to spend time with you make the effort. They make the time to respond back or be engaged or do things or vice versa. So the fact that there is minimal engagement, the fact that they were short answers, now that I look back on these responses, there was never any questions from me. I realized within the, I think I realized by her second message back to me that she was not interested. So it wasn't even that I was going to get to hear back another message. The fact that her one-word responses depends on her mood. Jog off. Any other chick that wants to answer that question usually gives a genre that they're into. Like, they'll put, like, country or EDM or what are they listening to now. Like, she was just like, depends on my mood. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry to bother you. Sorry to waste your time. On to the next. I'll be shocked if I receive a message back, because then that would make it 2 days at this point. But nice to chat with you. She checked all the boxes except actually the most important one, which is engaging in conversation. I felt like I was doing all the work, which could only lead to one thing. Another shitty relationship. So she did me a fucking favor by not responding. So that has been me right now, dusting myself off. Back on the dating persuasion, looking again, like I always do, or I tried to. I know I had told you guys in the past that I had given up on dating apps and I was just living, but how in the hell am I actually supposed to meet somebody? I live and work in a straight Christian town, and the gay ladies that approach me that I don't want to approach me tell me that they are intimidated by me. How? How, Sway? How?
How, Sway? Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers.
If you are listening to this and you are in a relationship, I want you to reach over and grab your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, or your girlfriend, and I want you to heavily make out with them right this very moment. I want you to grab the boobs. I want you to grab the crumb and a squeeze. Steak in a dick suck? Maybe. But what I'm getting at is I want you guys to practice gratitude, because shit could be a whole lot worse. You could be in the dating hell that I am in now. It is awful, and it is worse for gay ladies, just because we really don't have a whole lot to work with. If you're a gay man, well, kudos to you. Every 7 seconds, y'all can find somebody. They're everywhere. And of course, if you're straight, woo! The possibilities are endless. The possibilities are endless. Kudos to you. If you're a gay lady, we are at the lowest end of the totem pole. It's sad. We're working with little to nothing. Unless you're hot or whatever, then you can get straight ladies or gay ladies. Well then, fuck you! Oh, God damn it. No, I'm being silly, but in all honesty, I'm trying to teach myself to learn to love, to date myself, to learn to love myself better and appreciate these times, because eventually there will be somebody and I will have to spend whatever time that the rest of my life to spend with them. And so I need to enjoy these moments alone. And I'm like, okay, I'm enjoying these moments alone. But at some point I hit a dip in that scale of enjoying these moments alone into just flat out tuning out, where I'm not actually present. I'm not present enjoying these moments alone. I've been checking out with video games, or I've been checking out with ice cream, or I've been checking out with being very negative towards myself, being destructive. And now that I consciously observe that, I'm snipping it out, y'all. And I want y'all to do the same. Maybe you too are on the dating hell. Well, we don't exactly have to call it hell, but we are in the dating dilemma, if you will, and it's tough. I'm going to be brutally honest. I'm not being a victim here. I know as much as you want to think I might be. It is fucking difficult, just as it is fucking difficult being in a relationship, I'm sure. It's not easy. You can't will somebody to do the things that you want them to do. They are their own person. And I truly believe that good relationships complement each other. It's not that one completes the other. You need to be a complete person coming into the relationship, and that you complement each other. That is what I believe is the key to this whole thing. And little Miss Tinderella over here, or many Tinderellas, is that in conversation, I can tell right away that on paper, the looks, the things that they put in their profile are all the things that I want to hear. But in conversation, we can't even compliment each other. It's like, this is a no-go. This is the danger zone. It's heading for a recipe to disaster. And so I knew in having that conversation, when I received that second message and it was short and there was no question back to me, that immediately she was disinterested and that I needed to focus on my attention to something else. I needed to move on. A part of me was disappointed, like, oh, I wanted to keep talking to this chick because on paper she's everything that I would want in a partner, but in actuality, we don't fucking get along. She can't even have a fucking conversation with me. I don't know, or maybe I'm saying the wrong fucking things. Let me know. Is asking about music the wrong question to ask a lady? Is asking about what things you're learning in your life are the wrong things? I don't know. Let me know. Rambo for Radio, RamboForRadio.com. Slide in the DMs at GenT523. Tell me, what are some great things that you say on Tinder if you're out there dating? Maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. And I could use a little advice from you instead of me giving advice all the time. What the F? Help me, help you. Help me. So now that is over, I want to tell you guys, we need to take care of some business before we wrap this show up. I want to tell you about at Hothead Clothing. He is having a blood drive for cancer. At Hothead Clothing. Blood drive in honor of Jacob Sebastian Garcia. Meet cancer survivor Jacob Garcia, diagnosed with leukemia at 3 years of age. 5 years of treatments that included blood transfusions. Jacob, now 10 years old, is set to be declared cancer-free in 2020. In honor of his journey, and assist other young battlers facing disease by giving blood. Saturday, September 7th from 10 a.m. to 3. Hosted by Hothead Clothing, Fight Cancer, Gracie Alliance Jiu-Jitsu, and Golden Heart, 2540 Main Street, Irvine, in the Bloodmobile. At Hothead Clothing, at OC Jiu-Jitsu, at Golden Heart LA, at Livestream Blood Blank. And I know you listening to the show. Oh, 150 of you listening. That's right. If 150 of you, let me do the math here. If 150 of you times 5, if you donated $5, that's $750. If you donated $5 the Hothead Clothing, that's $750 that could go towards helping kids with cancer. This helps. I'm telling you, do something for your fucking self. Or buy some merch. Spend $20 on merch. I don't give a fuck. Help out. Come on, people. We gotta help kids like Jacob or Jacob himself. Fight off the cancer. Let's do it, guys. Come on. Donate blood, donate some money, go to Hothead, buy some merch. I will be doing the same September 7th from 10 a.m. to 3. You're welcome. I want to talk to you guys about some current events. This week, Marvel and Sony cannot agree on a Spider-Man deal. So, Marvel, since Sony and Spider-Man cannot reach a deal, Captain Spidey is heading back to the Sony vault, which is motherfucking fine by me, okay? Everybody's upset and outraged over that Sony cannot agree. Sony and Marvel can not come to an agreement. Them movies suck donkey dick, okay? Spider-Man movies sucked donkey dick, and I'm glad that they could not reach an agreement because them movies are terrible and they should be locked up in a vault forever. Don't at me. Spider-Man, terrible. Spider-Man 1, meh, all right. Spider-Man 2, okay. Spider-Man 3, donkey dicks. Spider-Man 4, complete donkey dicks. Spider-Man Homecoming, piece of shit. I mean, I rest my case. Terrible franchise. I hope that shit never sees the light of day. Lock him up. Spider-Man, go on, get in the vault. Don't come back. As you know, my shoe obsession is large. I have over 300 plus shoes. As a matter of fact, I stopped counting at 300. But my shoe obsession is to no end. I will move mountains to get particular limited edition shoes that I am after. And a lot of times if I find two, I will resell them because that's how I pay my bills. That's what makes me happy, is reselling things to people. And not for crazy prices either. If I find something limited edition, chances are I know somebody else is out there looking for something limited edition. And I'll sell it for a decent price. This week, I saw some limited edition kicks that I've been after for a hot minute. And this asshole, complete asshole, put them on eBay for 5 times the fucking price. 5 times the price that he fucking paid. Granted, these were in pristine condition. Pristine condition. However, pristine condition or not, that's motherfucking highway robbery. 5 times the original price? Man, you are sick. You're sick. He knows that there are shoe collectors out there who love these shoes. He himself has them. He loves them too. Now he's willing to part ways. Awesome. But for 5 times the price? You're out of your fucking mind. I was completely disgusted. And I let this seller know. I said, what a fucking shame. You got 12 people watching it. Great. We're all watching it because we want to know the dum-dum who's going to buy it. Because that's a ridiculous price. 5 times the price. I don't care if the man who made the shoes wore them. I don't care if the guy who designed them puts them in my hand. It ain't fucking worth 5 times the price. It's a ripoff. Don't be a fucking prick. You're breaking people's hearts, and that's exactly what I said. You're breaking people's hearts, man. And that ain't cool. That ain't cool. 5 times the price. Get the fuck out of here. Shame on you. I hope you get run over 5 times. How about that? This week, a Marriott Hotels cook in Long Beach was caught. His plan was foiled. He was planning a mass shooting attack, and shame on him. He was planning to shoot up the Marriott Hotel, all of his bosses and people staying there, and I just think, man, what kind of level of sickness are you on where you want to bring harm to people? Granted, you are facing a certain amount of circumstances in your life. You might be an ugly-ass motherfucker. You might be an incel where no chick is trying to bone you at all. Hello, look at your dear host, Rambo for Radio. Nobody's trying to bone me either. I'm an incel too. Involuntary celibate. It's just involuntary celibate in case you needed to know what an incel meant. Actually, I'm a half incel because there are people who do want to bone me, but I don't want to bone them, if that makes any sense. And the people I want to bone don't want to bone me. There we go. Problem solved. But specifically, this person, was he ugly? Was he an incel where no chick desires to be with this person at all? And he's got the rage. He's got the incel rage. Or he's at a shit job, which sounds like the Marriott Hotel. Sounds like a shit job. He wanted to impact his shittiness, his shitty feelings upon other people by killing them. Oh! Man, you need magical attention. This week, a friend of mine asked me to listen to a new song that we like, a DJ song that we like. His name's Joyride. I usually love his tracks. He's got amazing tracks. He's got incredible bangers. Let me just pull up Joyride here. Joyride, one of my favorite DJs that I'm going to be seeing in a couple weeks at a festival. I usually love his tracks. Like, for example, with 505.9 million streams, here is I Wear House. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, hey. This is motherfucking Joyride. Can't you tell you're inside of a warehouse with police sirens? But we know that's not true for San Bernardino. The police don't come out. This is Joyride, I Wear House. Capital I space WARE. HOUSE, one word. Joyride. JOYRYDE. Joyride is from England. And what a strange journey it has been for Joyride, because I would say maybe 10 years ago this guy was a nobody, and now he's like selling out shows across the country, across the globe practically. It's amazing. So here is I Wear House.
I wear house. I wear house.
Oh, shake your titties. Shake your titties, girls and guys. Shake your junk, shake your junk. Do the aeroplane with your junk. Woo! I Wear House. What a banger! I love this tune. This is a tune. Or how about another favorite one with 9 million streams. This is, again, with a featuring Skrillex, our favorite artist here. Oh, hey! This is one of my favorite bangers from Joyride. Again with a capital AGEN space WIDA. I hit him with a. Again with a. Come on, everybody, get on your fucking feet. Listen to this tune. Get gassed up with me now. Joyride and Skrillex. Let's go. Hey. Let's go. Hey. RamboRadio.com. Episode 116. So I love me some Joyride, right? Are you loving some Joyride? I hope you are. And if you don't like this kind of music, well, fast forward, you fucking prick. I love me some Joyride. So a friend of mine asked me to preview the new Joyride song. Oh, wait a minute. I have to play you, before we get into the new Joyride song, I have to play you my favorite Joyride song, or my second favorite. This is What's in the Box. This is my shit right here. And I love that because it takes a clip from the movie 7 when Brad Pitt says, "What's in the fucking box?" This is hella good. Listen to this shit. Here we go. That's Brad Pitt's voice right there. Slow down. What's in the box? Capital THE space BOX. The Box, Joyride. This is fucking creative because he's taken Brad Pitt's voice and slowed it down, and now he's speeding it up as the song gets more intense. What's in a box? What's in a box? Like, I hear this shit and I go, stupid! I'm ready to punch anybody in the room when this comes on. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's in the fucking box? House. Hey. Hey. Oh, hey, hey. Are you shaking your junk to this jam? I'm shaking my one boob that I got. Oh, hey. I'm doing the helicopter too with my one boob. Come on. Let's do it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, guys. Start twerking right now. Come on. This is the shit. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. The Box. You're welcome. So we're going to listen to New Joyride. And New Joyride, well, New Joyride is called Madden. Madden, like Madden, the game. Here we go. Let's see. I'm going to play Madden for you. Okay, here we go, Madden. So shout out to the homie. He asked me to review this new Joyride song called Madden. If you want me to review a song, send it to me in the DMs and I'll find it on Spotify and review it, or any sort of genre of music. I'll review it and let you know what I think. And we are 26 seconds in and I'm fucking bored. Okay, here we go. Kicking it up now. Well, so far, this sounds like Dog Piss Willie. Okay, here we go. Oh, where's the... Oh! Got the sneak attack. Build up. Okay, not bad. Hey, this is not bad. Okay, here we go. I can feel my brain's about to explode. Ooh! I love it! I'm gassed up! Okay. Based on the other 3 Joyride tracks that I have just played for you, which got right to the point, right to the meat and potatoes. It's like a kick right in the dick. This Madden song was... It took about 45 seconds for me to kind of feel something in there. I don't know. I'm not a fan. I'm going to give it 2 thumbs down. Sorry. I'm not a fan. The middle bit, so maybe it gets a half a thumb. The middle bit got to me, but I had to fast forward to a minute in. I had to talk over it because it was fucking boring. See what happens when you rest on your laurels, people. Joyride, back to the studio immediately. This is not good. But I highly recommend Joyride. Please listen to you again with a I Wear House and The Box. That is my shit. Oh, our dear friend Mike Jasper at Stu Jasper MMA has another Bellator fight, and we here at Ramble Radio Studios are excited to tell you guys that you need to buy your motherfucking tickets for Jasper. So all 150 of you that are listening to the show, hopefully you live in the Los Angeles area and can buy your ticket for the forum. I know I will be buying a ticket. Will I be going? That I don't know, because I fucking hate going to the forum unless the Lakers are playing. You're welcome. I'm spoiled. Anywho, Mike Jasper, our dear friend Mike Jasper, is fighting. And the reason why I's tooting the horn of Mike Jasper, because for my second fight at Ellis Mania, my teacher was not able to attend, but I had a very good teacher in my corner, and was none other than Mike Jasper as my corner coach. And he gave me some very good information. He said, "Hey, why are you punching over the top? Shortest punch is a straight line. Come forward, punch straight at him. You're better than this. I know you can do better." And a big slap on the ass. I think he's the only man I let slap my ass. Mike Jasper. Jeez. But he's the motherfucking man. So please support him. Buy tickets. You go to Bellator, type in the promo code Jasper so he gets his funds. Some sad news I saw this week. Eddie Money. Oh, baby, hold on to me. I've got 2 tickets to paradise. Has got cancer. Oh, Eddie Money. Oh, man. I fucking hope Eddie Money can beat it. So sad. This goddamn cancer. Fuck you, cancer. And speaking of fuck you, cancer, I found out a few days ago that that my uncle has been diagnosed with esophageal cancer. And this is pretty serious stuff. I don't know how far along he is. I haven't been told that. I've just been giving the information that he does indeed have cancer. So I'm asking y'all to send your thoughts, prayers, Buddhas, your support, whatever the fuck you do. I will accept anything from y'all. Anybody who is listening to the sound of my voice at this moment in time, I will appreciate any sort of DM that you can send me that is positive. Any sort of meme or joke, because I am slightly scared for my uncle. He is not exactly a spring chicken. He is in his 70s, and to get cancer when you're not exactly a spring chicken is quite tough. So, I'm a little upset about that. And then, unfortunately, I guess the next thing is my mother. As you know, my mom is somewhat obsessed with my life, constantly checking in on me, 8 phone calls a day, constantly checking to see where I am, what I'm doing, where I'm going, who I'm seeing. Cares about me very much because she's my mom. Not wholeheartedly okay with the gay thing. She still calls any girlfriend that I have a roommate, which is extremely hurtful. But unfortunately, I guess in chatting with my uncle, my mom has similar symptoms of this esophageal cancer. Now, is this preliminary? They are similar symptoms. This could be something else going on. I'd like to think that. My mom has not gotten any blood work or gotten anything checked, so we're not going to jump the gun. But my mom's freaked out. And in my mind, I'm slightly freaked out because if my mom goes, obviously, I mean, there's a certain extent that my dad cares about me somewhat, but we don't exactly have the best relationship because he's not okay with the gay thing. So it's like if my mom goes, then family dinners are going to be pretty quiet. I don't mean to laugh at an appropriate time, but I selfishly wanted to say, well, if you do indeed have cancer, you have to live, because if you don't live, Mom, Dad's not going to talk to me. Or if he does talk to me, he's going to talk to me about church or giving up my gay lifestyle, or you're a conservative, you just don't know it yet. Like, I'm not looking forward to those conversations. Damn it. She hasn't had any blood work done yet, so it's too early to say. So we're just going to say that I'm not willing to accept that my mom has cancer, even though she has the same symptoms of my uncle who does have cancer. I'm not willing to accept that until her doctor says yes or no. Okay. Well, I hope you've been enjoying the sounds of Tool. We're almost at the time of the new release. That's right. Fear Inoculum is approaching. But in the meantime, I hope that you've been enjoying Lateralus, been playing throughout the show. I know I have. And if you are curious to go find Tool. They are across all streaming platforms now, if you want to wear, from the last 2 episodes of Rambo Radio. If you are just tuning in, go listen to Tool on Spotify, go listen to Tool on Apple Music, go stream them on YouTube, whatever the fuck. We want to show our appreciation to Tool for finally releasing their music to the public, and I've been thoroughly enjoying it, and I hope you have been as well. Lateralus. I want to talk to you guys about some current events. This week, I want to talk to you guys about... Oh, I saw in the news this week, a man shot another guy over a parking spot. Florida white man shoots an unarmed black man over a parking spot. What in the actual fuck? Okay, so this is why I park the furthest away from the store. A lot of friends, a lot of family are like, why are you dropping me off at the door? Or why are you parking so far away? Because I don't want to fight with people over a parking spot. Case in point, this story this week. 2 men fighting over a parking spot, and the other one just decides, okay, you know what? Fist fight is not enough. Words is not enough. I will shoot you. Shoot you dead. And that's what he did. This Florida man shot this black guy, unarmed black guy, over a parking spot. And the level of insanity, the level of crazy going on there blows my mind. You're in a parking center. There are hundreds of spots. Do you have to fucking have that one? Is it worth your life? This guy would still be alive if it wasn't for this asshat who went complete psychopath and shot him over the parking spot. He wanted that parking spot so bad and wanted to make sure and let that guy know he was not going to have that parking spot. It would be, he literally said, over his dead body. And that's what he did. So he shot him. Unbelievable. Welcome to Florida. Oh, I shouldn't laugh, but that's the truth. Ugh. I saw Ronda Rousey this week. I was out at the Salted Pig. And as I can tell you guys about the Salted Pig, well, it's fucking expensive, and I'm not bloody sure why. It's all of this bougie bar food, and their prices are so-so. And the food is all right. So, we're at the Salted Pig, and I can say I do love to go to the Salted Pig. Not necessarily the Salted Pig per se, but the fact that it's in Riverside, which is my hometown, my birth town. I love the city of Riverside. I don't care what anybody says. I so desperately wish that I can make enough money to move back to Riverside and have a house with a pool and never leave. But I was meeting some friends there, and lo and behold, Ronda Rousey strolls in with her husband, Travis Brown. Shout out to my friend at Zornography. He spotted her. And, normally I would be freaking out, which I was. I so desperately wanted a picture. But I had to understand that I just had to believe that I want to believe that there will be another time that I will see Ronda Rousey, even though she is an even bigger star than she was 5 years ago doing MMA. And now she's into WWE wrestling. I was like, man, I want to get a picture with her. Then I was like, no, leave her alone. Just a few days ago, she slammed her hand in a door so bad that she almost decapitated her finger. Her finger was hanging on by just a few pieces of skin. So that tells me she's in a lot of pain right now. And she's probably in town visiting her mom because she is from Riverside. So I just said, you know what? Leave her alone. Let them have their drinks. And that's what they did. They had some drinks, and a few other people were like, hey, it's Ronda Rousey. Or this other guy was like, hey, yo, look, it's Ronda Arouse Me. That is a real porn at Burning Angel. Ronda Arouse Me. You're welcome. Only because I know of Joanna, okay? I've met her and her husband, okay? She makes these movies. I don't. But I support the porn industry. Buy your porn. You're welcome. Anyhow. Ronda Arouse Me was there at the bar and enjoying herself, having a good time with her husband, and as she could, as her hand was in a cast. And I was like, that's cool, she's here, but I'm gonna be an even cooler person by not getting a picture with her. So if anybody knows Ronda Rousey that listens to the show, just let her know. I fucking wanted a picture. Rambo for Radio wanted a picture so bad. But I will just have to wait till next time when it's appropriate because it felt weird. It felt like that bar, the Salted Pig in Riverside, California, is like, it's a chill bar. You're just hanging. Everybody's just hanging out, having a good time. It's not like one of those like to be seen kind of bars. It's a low key bar. So there's no windows in this place. So you know it's a low key bar because they don't want nobody to see nothing going on. All right. So the fact that she came in there tells me that she was probably just trying to get away, just wanted a drink with her husband for a few moments, and so that's what I did, and I was completely respectful. I hate being the bigger person, even though my waistline is. Damn it. But shout out to Ronda Rousey. Even though she got her ass whooped by my girl Holly Holm, and I bet against her, and I bet against her twice for the Amanda Nunes fight, because your dear host, Rambo, has bills to pay. Other than that, I was Team Ronda Rousey, and I still will always be because she is from my hometown, Riverside, and it is not easy to make it out of a small, shitty town, let me tell you. Before she was in the UFC, she was a bartender. She was bartending. And then she decided to try Strikeforce, so kudos to Ronda Rousey. And kudos to Travis Brown. Travis Brown was in some serious wars in the heavyweight division and was almost there. He was in the running to get that heavyweight belt, but then took a nasty front kick from Alistair Overeem, and that just about did end his career. So shout out to Travis Brown. He's the man. And he follows me on Instagram. You're welcome. This week, man shot through the tip of his dick as drug punishment. Left with the top-sided erection. A New York man shot through the tip of his dick with a top-sided erection is what thought to be the first case ever recorded. 28-year-old man suffering from a bizarre gunshot wound. Oh my god. Guys, he shot himself in the tip of the dick. Dirty pop. 28-year-old went to the hospital after suffering a bizarre gunshot wound. Doctors did not explain the circumstances behind the shooting, other than that he has shot himself in the tip of the dick. This young man broke his bell end. Oh my god. Doctors at Lincoln Hospital in the Bronx found him bleeding from the head of his bell end and found an entry and exit hole, suggesting that the bullet passed straight through. Dirty pop. Oh my god. He shot himself in the junk, man. Oh, what are you doing pointing a gun at your junk, fam? That is terrible. Oh, I feel for this guy. Now they're gonna fix his penis, and it might not get erection, they said correctly, ever again. Oh, to be young and dumb. To be young and dumb. If I haven't already done so, I will post that on my social media so you can take a look at the pictures, or maybe not. Guys, listening to my show, please, if that was for pleasure, maybe find a new hobby. Or, secondly, please don't point any sort of guns near your junk. You could kill yourself. Bullets don't belong in your bell end. Bullets come out your bell end and go into the lady vagina. Or in a gay man's case, they go into the butthole. You're welcome. Dirty pop. So let's just jump right into some sound clips of the week. Here we go. First of all, this is a racist lady in Baltimore. A white lady telling an Asian lady some stupid shit. Here we go.
We don't want you here because you can't drive. You see? You crossed the line. I crossed the line. You don't know a damn thing. Go back to China where you belong. You fucking asshole. Chinky, chinky, China lady. Chinky, chinky, China lady. We don't, you know what? You give the people a bad name here. We hate you people. Go back where you belong. Fuck you. Fucking cunt.
Wow. I mean, wow. Why do you have to be so nasty? Why? Why are you bringing race into it? I can understand you being upset. There's been a car accident. These two have collided. I'm not sure who's at fault, but regardless, it's called a car accident. Yes, they suck. They fucking happen. But to throw race in there is just completely and utterly disgusting. Shame on that lady. You get the shame bell. Shame. Shame.
Shame.
Shame.
Shame.
The Popeyes chicken sandwich review. The Popeyes chicken sandwich, I guess, is sold out everywhere and people are freaking out. But not our favorite show friend, Robert Frank. That's right. We are cut from the same DNA. And here's what Robert Frank has to say about the sold out Popeyes chicken sandwich.
This morning, I'm gonna hit me up and say, yo, Rob, the world needs to know what you think about this Popeyes chicken sandwich. Now, normally, I wouldn't touch this shit, because I ain't about that lot to do with revenge. But since all people are talking about, I think I'd give it a try. Fuck that shit! How about making some boiled chicken and steamed broccoli go viral? Or 10 egg whites to make the freaks want to bang all night go viral? Instead of this greasy ass type 2 diabetes sandwich. And we wonder why so many motherfuckers are morbidly obese. Fuck Popeyes. I'm trying to get in between the thighs of a chick that'll take my man mayo right between her eyes. Shower and hit up Chick-fil-A. You got the fucking waffle fries. McDonald's drive-thru on the way home. Fuck McChicken, I want the apple pies. Back to the crib, throw on True Lies. All night and find her ass size. Fuck this movie. Unzip my Levi's. For round fucking 2. Swallows the goal. Sorry, surprise. It's game to clap, motherfucker. Let's go.
Who's gonna take Robert's man mayo? I'm looking for a chick to take man mayo. I gotta put that on me Tinder file. I'm looking for a chick to take me mayo. Is it you? Oh my god. At Robert Frank. He's finally fucking verified. He is fucking hilarious. Oh yes. Gary V. Google is your mother. Google is now your mother. Stop asking your parents for shit. They are nice to give advice, but if you want the real answers, it's Google. You know what you need to do.
Figure the fuck out! It's called Google. The days of relying on your mother are over. It is now Google. Google is your mother. You don't have an answer, you go to fucking Google. The days of relying on your mother are over. It is now Google. Google is your mother. Google is your mother. The days of relying on your mother are over. It is now Google. Google is your mother. Google is your mother. The days of relying on your mother are over. It is now Google. Google is your mother. Google is your mother.
Google is your mother. Stop relying on your parents to do shit for you. Google is your mother. Figure it the fuck out. Whew, I love Gary V. He's the motherfucking man. Let's see. And all right, let's see. Were you one of the dummies who posted that stupid Instagram thing about charging for Instagram or using your privacy? Hey, listen up, you jackass! When you click the user agreement, you already released the ability to have your photos, your images, your messages, all that stuff. Instagram owns all that. Were you that dumb you had to post that shit? Ugh, the most annoying thing, like hundreds of feeds full of that stupid Instagram note. It's not real, it's a fucking hoax. You sheep. Oh my god. Let me see what Big Time Tommy has to say.
How you doing, Instagram? It's Big Time Tommy. And here is my thought of the day. Sincerity is completely different than bullshit words. Just because people smile in your face and tell you that they're loyal, that don't mean shit. Without actions, words are just that. Bullshit words. Be able to read through bullshit because anybody can tell you whatever they want. Like birds, they chirp. But you need to learn when to let them go. That's the old school way. OS for life. Take it easy.
Take it easy. Big Time Tommy with some good time advice. And finally, I believe that I will end it with a prayer. I know this is unusual because normally I don't do any sort of that religious stuff because it's just such a strange trap. Some of it is a strange trap of lies. Some of it is a strange trap of truth. Nobody knows. But for right now, I try to keep religion and politics separate from the show. But every now and then they creep up. But this was a special prayer that I thought I would share with the Rambo Per Radio listeners. This is called the Stripper's Prayer.
Heavenly Father, you know, I text you that we make a lot of money tonight. Motherfucking black youngsters coming through, and I wish I get my ass done. I need some new teeth. Hallelujah. Please don't let my baby dad come in here and fuck up my money with his whole ass. My shit get a motherfucking stepdad, so shit. Anybody else got something to say to him? I'll fix my shit, Miss Stepdad. And you name me great, amen. Heavenly Father, wish I get my ass done. Heavenly Father, wish I get my ass done. Heavenly Father, wish I get my ass done.
Yes, that's right. Heavenly Father. Diamond needs a new ass. Heavenly Father, Mystique, has 6 kids. She needs a sugar daddy. Black youngster's gonna be in the club, and we need to get as much money as possible, Heavenly Father. We got bills to pay, Heavenly Father. Here at Rambo Per Radio, I'd like to say a prayer as well. Heavenly Father, I need somebody to pay me to do this show. Even though it's terrible, Heavenly Father, I just want you to find somebody, to send somebody who will pay me, even if I make the same amount of money I make now, to never to return to my dead-end job, to pay me to podcast and sell things on eBay. Heavenly Father, find me a club to DJ at that loves house music. Heavenly Father, thy will be done. Or is that my will? Maybe that's why prayers don't work. Because when you pray, you're praying for the things you want, and that's not necessarily the things you need. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, shit.
And on that note, please like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends, but only if they're cool. I must leave you. It is time to go to bed. It is business hours in London. But before I go, please like, share, and subscribe to Rambo Per Radio, RamboPerRadio.com. I am your host, Jen T. I hope you have enjoyed the show. And if not, go listen to something else. And if you have listened this far and upset and don't like it, it's too late. You've already listened to the whole show. What the fuck? You should have turned this off an hour ago. Anyhow, go listen to old episodes. Tell your friends. Spread the word. But no negative Nancy's, no sensitive Sallys. Only epic radio. Because we're doing epic shit here. Top secret information. This is the Cool Kids Club. And we like to have fun. We don't need no haters. We don't need no hateration. Toleration in this dancery. I want to leave you with our dear angel, Aaliyah. This month marks the anniversary of her passing 18 years ago. And I just want to end the show with the baby girl, Aaliyah. Aaliyah, wake up. And I think it is a fucking travesty that the full discography of Aaliyah is not available on any social platform, on any streaming platform. Who the fuck has Aaliyah's music? I want to know where it's at. Because so far, I only have it on CD. And that's the only place you can get it at. CD or a record. It ain't on motherfucking Spotify. It ain't on Apple Music. It ain't on Tidal. Where the fuck is Aaliyah's music? I want to know. We need it. The fans need it. The world who does not know. I actually spoke to somebody under the age of 25 and I said, yo, like that Aaliyah track. And they're like, what? Who's Aaliyah? And I almost had a heart attack. Not because I'm fat, because I'm in a state of shock. Okay, maybe because I'm overweight, but jeez, I don't ever want to live in a world where somebody doesn't know who Aaliyah is. Oh, this is terrible. So I will end it with baby girl Aaliyah right here on the ones and twos. This is Rambo Per Radio. And
Sweat beats, feel me.
RambleParadio.Libsyn.com, RambleParadio.com. Enjoy the sounds of Aaliyah. A-A-L-I-Y. Rest in peace, Aaliyah.